Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So we've got a different kind of video coming up. I want to use some of the shades out of this Urban Decay Moondust. They're kind of on chopping block. I don't know if I could ever bring myself to part with them. This one and the Stone Vibes one is on chopping block, and they've tied neck on neck with the Alva 2, so I don't know which one's going to be going up at this point. Whichever one's in the lead will go up first. I'm going to keep an eye on the vote. So, part of me really wants to use Element, this one here, but because they're really sheer, I'm going to need to put a base down. I mean, that doesn't look that sheer with the light beaming down on it, but it truly is, guys. So I'm going to put a base down. I might use Spectre as well, and then tomorrow I might do another look with it, because I feel like I've used this magnetic shade here. I know I've used Light Year and I know I've used Vega, but these more like grey shades down here and this like blue, I know I haven't used them. I did a look when I first got the palette a couple of years back. I'll link it so you can go and check it out. I think I did 5 days, 5 looks, but they were like day one, and I'd show you day one, and it's a whole process. I never kind of put all the videos in one like I do now. It's so much easier to put all the videos in one, so you can just check out all the looks rather than me putting them up on separate days, editing them, which takes forever. If you're a YouTuber, you know how long it takes if you edit your videos, that is. It's just a whole process and headache as well, especially when Filmora kind of freezes on you and you lose loads of footage, like I did with my Clean With Me. So I lost quite a bit of footage when I was doing the Clean With Me, where we were cleaning my vanity. I lost some footage when I cleaned the primers. Well, I lost all that footage, and then I lost some footage when I was cleaning the foundations. But I feel like base products are a little bit boring anyway watching, so you got to see quite a bit of the fun part, like the blushers and the highlighters and whatnot. Anyway, let's not talk too much about that. I want to go in with the Too Faced Chocolate Bar and use the white chocolate shade. I'm just going to go in with this brush, and we're just going to cover this eye primer I've got down. I've got mascara on already. I didn't have time to do my eyeshadow look when I went to my mum's, so like I've done my base. It's very minimal today, to be honest. I mean, I've got like bronzer, blush and highlighter on, but it is nowhere near as what it normally looks like. And I've just put on Instagram a no makeup self. I'm even kind of wearing a minimal lip. It's the Dior in the shade Underground. I put it on a couple of times and it's getting quite low now. And I think it's melted at my mum's because her house is like a sauna, so let me just clean that up. Yeah, a few more uses and I'm just going to have to start digging the product out, which is always fun. So let's just put that there. Right, so what I'm going to do for my base, I'm going to use some eyeshadows from this self-made palette that I put together. It's part of my project pan. So this one has been my pan, that palette, for 2 years. This one I only brought in a few months ago. I've not really used it a great deal, so I want to use some of the darker shades. I'm not too sure whether I'm going to use that one or that one, but it's going to be one of them. I think I'm going to put this in the transition now. Let me tell you, they're all Makeup Geek eyeshadows, guys. This one, the one that I've hit pan on, is called Peach Smoothie. So let me get a brush for that. Right, I'm going to go in with, excuse me, my voice is croaky. I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques blending brush into Peach Smoothie. Yeah, I thought so. It's a really nice transition shade. And I'm just looking in the bigger part of this mirror and you can see my pores is so bad, like around here. My friend, Beauty Dreams by Naomi, she doesn't believe I've got them, but seriously, Naomi, I have got them. I think everyone else, don't they, to a certain extent, especially as you get older. so hot today in the UK. I don't know how hot, but it was hot. I was absolutely melting in town. The birds are already chirping. I don't even know what time it is, but it's not that early in the morning. Probably 2, 3. Right, I'm going to go on with this one next. So I kind of said I'd do 10 uses on each eyeshadow. I don't know. I'm going to write them down from today. So we're going to go in with Frappe. That one there. I feel like 10 uses on each shadow is doable. But even that would be like 90 uses. Maybe it's not so doable after all. So let's go in with Frappe. Take that here into the outer V first. And then about halfway into the crease. And to be honest, and the reason I brought this palette out, well, the reason I curated this palette is Makeup Geek have gone out of business, haven't they? And the eyeshadows are getting old, guys. And speaking about someone else that's, I don't know if they're going out of business yet, but on the 10 o'clock news in the UK, a few nights ago now, by the time this goes up it'll be weeks, but a few nights ago in the UK, it said Revlon, it was saying Revlon was filing bankruptcy and that they hoped they would be able to stay open still. So I'm hoping that I'll have an update for you when this goes out, and I'll put it in the description. I was talking to a few people and they hadn't heard anything, and also the influencers are all over it, so I don't know whether it's just public knowledge in the UK. I mean, it was on the news, so you do want to take it as gospel, but I feel like they're trying to keep it open. I mean, Revlon is a big deal, isn't it? It's like L'Oreal. L'Oreal's a big deal. Right, I'm just gonna put that eyeshadow off there. I think I'm not gonna go in with that one. I think I'm gonna go in with that one just on the lid. What's that one called? Cocoa Bear. Let me know if you've got any of these eyeshadows by Makeup Geek in your collection and what you think of them, and what you think of Makeup Geek eyeshadows in general. I'm just patting this on, guys. Give it as much pigmentation as I can. Taking that into the crease as well. Wow, I actually like that just by itself. That blended out properly would make a really nice all matte look with just like a bit of shimmer in the inner corners. I'm not doing that though because I need to use the other palettes. I feel like I'm going to be using this Makeup Geek palette though all week, and then what I'll do, if the vote's still the same, when they're ready to go up, I'll ask you guys which eyeshadow palettes you want to see first. Also guys, do you think it's a good idea incorporating some chopping block palettes into my Shop My Stash, and would you like to see it? Please leave me a comment down below if you would. Actually no, just please like this video. You can leave me a comment as well if you want, but if I get like 10 likes or something, I'm not asking for the world, 10 likes, then I'll start doing it. Yeah, I really like that. Let's see what it looks like blended. Go on with this brush again. Right, let's go in with the Too Faced White Chocolate shade. I would go out just like this. Obviously I would be blending the lid out a little bit more, but I do like it quite pigmented like that. Looks quite smoky. I'll probably put Cocoa Bear on the lash line as well, but before we do that, I want to go in with my Urban Decay Moondust palette. Isn't that pretty packaging? And I think the last time I used this palette, people were saying, oh, but the toppers. Yeah, to a certain point I agree, but this green here isn't a topper. Look at that, look how pigmented that is. I mean, it does look pretty sheer, but when you build it up, it is really, really pigmented. Right, so let's go in with Element and maybe Spectre in the inner corners. Right, I'm really putting a lot on the finger, so we're looking like that. Right, we're going to build it up, but it's looking nice over that really dark brown. And this is what you've got to do with multi-chromes. They need a darker base to show up well. Sorry about that, the card was just full. I really should get another card for this camera. It doesn't matter, I just deleted the footage because I'd uploaded all the videos, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I am liking that a lot better, I've got to admit. Right, so I've got one of these Moondust eyeshadows, just a single in the shade, what's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. I'll go and get it in a second, and I absolutely love it. And that one's sheer, that one's kind of a duochrome, and that just beats all of these hands down, to be honest. But that shade is really, really nice. Let me go and get it. Okay, so I got the Moondust palette on the premise that they'd be like this. So this is the shade Solstice, and it is super, super pretty. Oh my gosh, I've gone in too hard. It's a really, really soft formula and dug my finger right in it. So now I've ruined the shadow. But look how much more pigment that is. And I never put that over a black base, but look at it, guys. I'll try it over a black base next time I come to use it. It is one of my favourite special eyeshadows. I think it's on its last leg. It's very, very soft. But that is absolutely stunning. Stunning and sparkly. That eyeshadow by itself, the Solstice one, I think was between £18 and £20. And I got this on sale, I think for about £25, £26. So I thought it was a no-brainer at the time. But in my opinion, guys, the quality isn't there. Not compared to that one anyway. I don't know about these three at the bottom. That one and that one. Just because I've not used them. This green one is one of my favourites, Light Year. But again, it's not as pigmented as I want it. My problem is I do like a lot of pigmentation from my eyeshadows. And if I don't get that pigmentation, I kind of give up on a palette. I need to learn how to work with palettes a little bit more, I think, and be a bit more patient with them, especially when I paid good money for them as well. So we're going to go in with Spectre on the ring finger. Yeah, that is so sheer. Probably needs glitter glue really, but we won't worry about that. Actually quite nice. I'm going to put it into the crease a little bit. Those two shades together make a really good combo. In fact, I'm just going to go over the entire thing very, very lightly with Spectre. It's taking on a new look. Let me know if you've got this palette in your collection and let me know what you think. Because genuinely, products that are hyped up, I'm not a fan of. And products that aren't hyped up, I rave about. Okay, I want to go back in with Cocoa Bear, this one here. I'm just going to go in with this. It's a brow brush, I think. Right, I'm not going to put any more mascara on because I've already got mascara on. I'm going to put a different lipstick over the top of this though. Right, so it's very, very similar to the Dior Underground, but it's just a little bit more pigmented. And if you haven't guessed it yet, it's the Maybeline Lifter Gloss in the shade Petal. I think I'm only going to put a tiny bit on the centre. We'll see. They're really, really pigmented. And I've just realised, guys, the entire video I've probably been sat here talking to you with lipstick on my tooth, so I apologise about that, but I'm not about to go back and do this entire look again. And it's a nude lipstick anyway, so hopefully it won't be seen that much. So this is the overall look, guys. It's a nice sparkly neutral look. I'm quite liking it, to be honest. The makeup's been on quite a few hours at this point, so just ignore the fact that it's all coming off. But the eye look, I really, really do like it. So this is day one, look one. So I feel like I'm going to be doing 2 looks with the Moondust and then 2 looks with the Stone Vibes. I don't know if to put them both in one video. I might do. Because they're chopping block items, yeah, I think I will. So that's that one. There really is a lot of choice here, so I don't know what I will lean towards. And I think when I come to use the Stone Vibes one, I'll use the mattes out of here. So tomorrow we'll be doing another look with one of these darker shades down here. I'm not too sure whether to use Granite, Lithium or Galaxy. But I'll be using one of them because I've used all the other shades. And we'll see how that turns out and see what my thoughts are on it. Obviously I can't give a full in-depth review. Well, I can. I've kind of used all the other shades. And I can do swatches for you guys because I don't think I've swatched this palette. And then you can see what I mean by you need a base underneath them and it makes them pop. So yeah, we'll leave it here for now and I'll see you tomorrow for day 2 look 2. Hi guys, welcome back. So today is day 2. Turns out I've done 2 looks in less than 12 hours just because of the time I filmed the last look. The last look I filmed at about 3 AM and it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So 2 looks in 12 hours. So if I don't look rested, it's because I'm not. I've had about 3 hours sleep. So anyway, let's not digress much further like I normally do. So we're gonna do another look with the Urban Decay Moondust palette. It's really, really pretty. I think I want to use all these 3 looks. I want to try and combine them. First of all, I want to go in with the white chocolate shade, just for the brow bone, what I always do. So we'll probably speed through that part when we get to editing, but you can see pop a bit on now. Bring you forward. I've just realised I've not even put an eyeshadow primer on. I think I just put a bit of concealer on. So we'll kind of mattify that. And then we're going to go in with my Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette. I've started writing things down in my project handbook. So yeah, we're going to go in with this one again because I really liked the look of that yesterday when I used it. So let's find a brush. Might use this one. This Soho blending brush. I mean, I look at people's videos and I just think they've got a huge collection as well. The amount of pan that's in their eyeshadow always blows me away. But I'm constantly using new palettes. I feel like going forward for 2022 and also 2023, rather than me buying constantly, especially palettes that don't really fit in my drawers anyway, what I want to do is I want to buy singles because I feel like I can store them a little bit better. And also I want to use my eyeshadow palettes that I've got more. You don't have to be constantly buying. That's the whole purpose of a low buy, no buy, isn't it? Just wiping this brush off. The white. Too many's come out at once. And try and put them. Like 3 wipes came out at once. Let's see if we can try and put these back. I'm always wasting wipes. I'm going to use this darker shade. So we'll go in with this one in the Out of 8, but I want to use that on the lid today. So we're going back in with Cocoa Bear, I think, again. Yeah, it's Cocoa Bear. That one is Peach Smoothie. And we're just going to blend this out. I'm actually really liking using these eyeshadows. Just getting more use out of what I have. Because what is the point in buying and buying and buying? It's just going to sit in your collection. Yeah, it's going to look pretty. But if you can't use it, what's the point in having it? I'm not one of these people that just like things to look pretty in my collection. When I buy something new, I like to use it there and then. I've always been the same. When I used to buy a new top, I'd wear it the next day. When I bought a new handbag, I'd use it then. And I know makeup is a collector's piece as well. It's just like collecting anything, collecting handbags, collecting stamps. It's all about having things for your collection, but for me personally, I'm not about that. I don't need an entire collection. Normally I either want one thing from the collection. So I had that Colourpop Limelight palette. I didn't want that originally, and then they brought out an entire collection around it, didn't they? And I only bought the, well, I didn't even buy it, my sister bought it me for my birthday. What I'm trying to say is I'm not really into collections. Now I'm just taking the product that we used yesterday off this brush. We'll do the same thing, take the eyeshadow off my hand. And we're going to go in with this shade here. This one does look like it's drying up. It's more of a maroon shade. And that one is called Bitten. See, I want to use them because I want to see if... Yeah, it doesn't look pigmented at all, that. I want to see if they're drying up, and if they're drying up, I'm not going to keep them in this project 10 uses. This one, it's barely packing a punch, guys. Not like the one yesterday. It's doing better now, only because I'm building it up. It's nice, it really is nice. It's not as pigmented as the one I used yesterday. You can see just when I'm putting it on the eye that you've really got to build it up. But it doesn't matter because we're putting things over the top. These look pigmented as well. Right, so we're going in with Lithium. That's Lithium there. No, I'm just going to put it on with my fingers. So we'll take Lithium to here. Build it up a bit though. You know how I like my pigment. Then we're going to go in with Granite. Or shall I do Galaxy? We'll do Galaxy, we'll do the blue in the centre. So it just looks like that. It's really, really pretty. yeah, to about there. Then we're going to leave Granite on the outer. Wow, that's pretty. And we're not even done yet. I like it so far. Right, so now we're going to go in with Granite, which appears to be the darkest. Just had to change the battery. Let me go in with some Slimfast. So guys, this is what I'm having for lunch. My stomach, seriously think my throat's been cut. Just because obviously it's human nature to want to chew. And obviously this is a milkshake. I am missing my banana one though, so I need to buy a new banana shake. Right, so we're gonna crack on with this. We're nearly done now, guys. So as I was saying before we rudely got cut off, I'm gonna go in with Granite now, just that one there. Hopefully it won't be too smoky. Right, so I think we're done with the palette. And we need to blend. Blend, blend, blend. And if in doubt, blend some more. Actually, we do need something for the inner corner. Let me get my makeup sponge, because I need to sort something out under my right eye. Right, we'll do the inner corner first today, and I'm going to go in with this brush, just taking the product off it. I could do with another one. This one has bent like crazy, but it's a good brush for placing shadow in your inner corner. That's why I've kept it around. We're going to use the lightest shade again in here. So again, it's Spectre. Right, so I think I'm changing my mind on the palette. You have to be patient with it. You have to put something underneath for it to show up like this, otherwise it's just going to be sheer. I'll do some swatches. So I'll do some swatches now, and then I'll do the same at the end when we've used the Stone Vibes. So we're just going to do them like up here, and I'll show you the best I can. Right, so from left to right. So we're going to go in with Spectre first. I think I'll do 2 layers so you can see it. Spectre. I'll turn the light down at the end. Element, which is a little bit more pigmented, but I'll still go in with 2 layers. Element. So Spectre, Element. Magnetic. You can tell these ones and that blue down there I've used. So I know I did do 5 days 5 looks with that originally when I bought it. So we're going in with Magnetic now. I just didn't use the deeper darker shades, which is what I thought in yesterday's video. Magnetic and Light Year, which feels, out of all of them from the top row, feels more pigmented. It's Light Year. We'll do another swatch. Isn't that green pretty though? Do you want my mirror? That's wonderful. I'm showing you the swatches before I finish the look. I might have to put this in at the end. So then the bottom row now, so we're going to go in with Granite, which is what we've used today. That's really pigmented as well. So it's the darker shades, which is what you would expect. Lithium, that one there, it's like a bronze. Really, really pigmented. Right, so I would say for these that I'm doing now, you don't need to put a base down, but they just look better with a base, I feel like. Vega, that one there. When I used them originally, oh, ruining Vega. I'm ruining the blue Naomi. Right, so when I used them originally, I didn't put any bases down. So that's that one there. It's really hard to call though, guys, because some of these eyeshadows are really stiff. Well, I wouldn't say really stiff, but some of them are harder than others. And then, like the likes of this was like Solstice yesterday. I must have pressed it too hard and it started crumbling. And then we've got Galaxy here, which is what we've used today as well. And again, it doesn't need 2 swatches, but just for fairness, I'll give it 2 swatches. And so that's what we're looking like. They're just really, really nice. They are nice, and I definitely feel like I've changed my mind on the palette. So it will be staying around the collection, which is what these videos are for. I feel like the first 4, like even the green, I feel like it's sheer. Like this one is definitely sheer here, and then this and this is sheer, and then they get a little bit better. Well, they get a lot better on the last row. You don't really need to put a base down, but I would just say put one down anyway. I mean, you don't have to be putting as much down as I have, but just a little bit to make it stand out a little bit more. Okay, so we've finished. So we've finished with that palette. We're gonna go in and I'm gonna put this shade on the lash line, Bitten Mirror. The thing is with this, it's very red, so I don't know how this is gonna go. It doesn't look too bad. We're gonna go in with Essence of False Lashes. Right, so I was going to wear a red lipstick today, but I found this among my lipsticks and I don't know how I feel about it. This one is the MUA Velvet Matte Longwear Lipstick. It's in the shade Hush. Now, it was supposed to be like really, really grey toned, like a really, really grungy grey lipstick, like the ones that I like. Well, like a grey purple, but that's it, like wet there. And I don't know if I like it, guys, so we're going to put it on, or I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to see what it looks like. I'm just wondering if I kind of take the pigment out of my lips, if I put my sponge over it, will it look a little bit better? Where's my other sponges there? Do you know, like, give myself some concealer lips and then put this over the top so there's 0 pigment in my lips to begin with. Let's see. Still looking very pinky. Yes, I wanted a shade more like my Primark one. Queen Bee's just a tiny bit lighter, but they're on the same colour story. I'll keep it. It is quite a pretty lipstick, but I wanted a bit more grunge, and it does look like a really grungy lipstick on the picture on Superdrug. I'll try and find the picture and insert it into this video somewhere. But yeah, it's not as grungy as I would like to go with this look, really. But yeah, this is day 2, look 2, guys. So this is the last look with the Moondust palette. So tomorrow it's going to be the look with the Stone Vibes palette, and then we'll probably move on to the next palette that is ranking high, which is what? Right, so at the moment the Oden's Eye Alva 2 is gone back up to 33%, so that one will probably go up first. Then it'll be this one. This one's at 27%. PH Cosmetics in Saint-Tropez, that one we're going to use next, and then it'll be Revolution. We Were on a Break, the pastel palette, which is really, really pretty. I'm so looking forward to creating 3 looks with that. and then the Natasha Denona Mini Gold only got 7%, so that one will probably be used last unless we get more votes. At the moment there's 15 votes on the poll I put out nearly a week ago now. But yeah guys, we'll leave this video here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again for day 1, look 1 of the Stone Vibes palette.